honourable member for Cardston-Siksika.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate you recognizing me in my response to the 2928 to the member from Edmonton Whitemud in her comments this evening on Bill 2 in this referral amendment. I find it a bit rich that the member opposite has decided to talk about children. Talk about children, because what I'm seeing on the other side right now is the equivalent of a bunch of children holding their breath until they get their way. Now, let me be clear, Madam Speaker, that the members opposite can hold their breath all they like, because on this side of the House, we will not blink. We have been sitting in this chamber for days now, debating policy that was clearly outlined in our policy platform in the campaign. We, on this side of the House, made a commitment to Albertans that we would right the ship and get the province back to work. We made a commitment to the 180,000 Albertans who were out of work, standing in unemployment lines, and the thousands more who have just stopped looking for a job. My heart breaks for those Albertans. My heart breaks every time I knock a door and someone tells me I'm out of work and have been that way for a long time. And worse is when you knock at a door and someone says, my neighbor's been out of work and I'm helping to support them. Because that's the Albertan way. That's what we do. We support each other. We help each other. And that's what this government is committed to doing, to supporting Albertans and creating an environment where people will come back here to start companies and create jobs and create wealth. Now, I find this referral amendment to be a bit ironic because it represents the overall direction of the members opposite, going backwards. They want to go back to Committee of the Whole, where we just spent hours on end debating this exact piece of legislation. So now we move forward. We're in third reading, and they want to go backwards. Well, Madam Speaker, it is the backwards thinking of the members opposite that got them there today. It's the backwards speaking of the members opposite that was repudiated on April 16th, and it is the backwards thinking that Albertans continue to reject on a daily basis when I read constituent emails and they tell me, keep going. Keep fighting for us. Because when we leave this chamber, Madam Speaker, we go back to those extremely normal Albertans who want to feed their families, who want to help feed their neighbors if needs be. And you can't do it without a paycheck. You can't get a paycheck without a job. And frankly, there weren't a lot of paychecks going around under the members opposite government. Now, the member opposite from Edmonton Whitewood also talked about austerity. How do you get to austerity? How do we get there? And I'll tell you, it starts with poor fiscal management, which ultimately leads to insolvency. And insolvency leads to austerity. Madam Speaker, we are on the precipice of great change in this province. We are moving forward. We will support Albertans so we do not have to face insolvency, is what have we talked about time and time again in this chamber with the pieces of legislation we keep putting forward. We have an incredible cabinet here of talented individuals, and I support each and every one of them, led by our Premier, the Honourable Premier and member for Calgary-Lougheed.
Hear, hear.
So, Madam Speaker, in this endeavour to get the province back on track, each and every member on this side of the House will stay here as long as we need to ensure we fulfill the promise that we made to Albertans before the campaign, through the campaign, and we continue to make each and every day that we stand here. Madam Speaker, these are promises made and they are promises kept.
Hear, hear.